I am so excited for this. Hello and welcome to my first ever podcast episode, untitled podcast. And if there's a title, if I've titled this something as a name, then I've decided on a podcast name. If there is not yet, I have not decided yet, because as of this moment, I've not decided yet. This is my first ever podcast episode for myself, my own personal podcast, and I just wanted to make a podcast to just kind of chat about my musings and the thoughts that cross my brain and the things that I think about, because I think about a lot of things. This brain, she's working overtime sometimes, and I just wanted to get it out there. I just wanted to discuss it. I wanted to chat essentially. And one thing about this podcast that I think I will find really valuable as I grow is that I want to look back when I'm older and see exactly how I was feeling and exactly the thought processes and the things that I was considering at a certain age. So I'm 24 now, turning 25 next month. It's currently, actually, when I'm filming this, the 31st of January. So it's February tomorrow. And yeah, I think it will be a very interesting thing for me to look back on and to see what I was like in that moment, because I do keep a diary, which does act as kind of understanding how I felt at that age. But with my diaries, I've never gone in depth. It's kind of always been, this is what happened today, the end, never really in depth into how I'm feeling and I guess my general psyche. So I think something like this will be so interesting. I have often wished that I could go back to, say, 23-year-old me, 22-year-old me, 20-year-old me, and just think, what was she thinking in that moment, and kind of remember. So now I'll be able to going forward, which is very, very cool. So this is my little podcast that I'm making, episode 1. And for episode 1, as we are nearly at the end of January, I thought I would just do an episode on the new year, what my goals are, what I'm trying to achieve, and yeah, just review January, how it went for me essentially. Yeah, and as I said, it's 2025, it's nearly the end of January, so we've nearly had 1 month of 2025, and I am turning 25 next month, and I'm scared. Like, turning 25 feels like such a big milestone. It feels like such a massive thing. And I want to do a whole episode on aging and stuff like that, so I won't get too much into it. But I think also me turning 25 is a reason why I wanted to start this podcast, because I don't know, it feels monumental. I feel like when I was 16, which, you know, is only 9 years ago only. There's only 9 years between 16 and 25. I felt like 25 was so old, and I felt like I would have everything together. And I think I thought I'd have kids and be married and all this stuff. And none of that is true, which is fine. I'm not disappointed by that, but it's so interesting, the things that we project for the future, and then when you actually get there, like what the reality is. It's so interesting when they don't quite match up. But yeah, turning 25, and I will do a whole episode about that and about age and how I feel. But this episode will be talking about my goals for 2025, and of course, as I said, how January has gone for me, how I believe it's gone. So first of all, something that I wanted to talk about was something that I've just started in my TikTok, which I will link my TikTok in the description, is this series I want to start called 25 Life. And this is essentially like those trends of 75 soft, 75 hard, 75 medium, all those things. It's my take on that, with one that is the same premise but a lot softer and a lot gentler, and just essentially a set of rules I want to stick to every month, which will enable me to live a really happy and fulfilled life, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I thought I would go through the rules of that I have set, and then discuss a little bit about how I have done in January, because I started it January 1st. So first up with the rules, number 1 was I wanted to eat balanced. I'm a vegetarian, and so I don't eat meat, but I eat pretty well, I think. I don't think I eat too many super unhealthy foods. I don't eat loads of processed food, but I did really want to find a balance and eat balanced and make sure I'm eating enough veg and I'm getting enough protein and I'm getting enough carbs and all of this stuff. And that's definitely a work in progress for me. I'm definitely still figuring out food. I'm definitely still figuring out cooking and all of that. I feel like it's such a big topic. There's so many things to consider. But yes, that is rule one of 25 life, is to try and eat balanced. The next is to get outside. I'm very much an indoor person. I like being indoors, but I do acknowledge the benefits of going outside, and I would like to do it more because it does genuinely make you feel better. Like me personally, I know going outside will make me feel better, and if I spend days on end where I don't go outside, I do feel worse and I feel a difference. So I know that it's good for me, so I just need to do it more simply. Next is less screen time. Screen time is just like, I feel like it's the bane of this generation, to be honest. I'm in Gen Z and it just is. Doom scrolling is so real. Watching so many YouTube videos is so real, and just being on the screen all the time is a real issue. And I think, especially because I'm turning 25 and I do want to get really serious about my goals, about the trajectory of my life, about my finances, and about everything that comes with, I feel like I don't want to be wasting my time, and that is how I see too much doom scrolling. I think sometimes it's nice and it's good to give yourself a little break and, have a little scroll, but I think doing it too much, you're just eating away your time that could be spent, achieving your goals, going outside, seeing family, doing something, in the moment, doing something that makes you present. So I would like to lower my screen time, and the hope with this is that I will be able to achieve my goals, because if I'm completely honest with myself, I have not achieved the things that I kind of wanted to achieve by 25, which I think is okay, because, life happens and things don't go the way that you thought they would. And I definitely think I have done the best in the hand I was dealt, 100%, no doubt about that. But I do think a factor of me not achieving my goals is that I didn't spend enough time on them, and I didn't spend enough time on them because most of my time was spent on my phone. So therefore, logic suggests that if I cut down my screen time, I'll have more time for goals. And I've been doing this for a month, less screen time. I've been watching YouTube, I've been on TikTok, just less than I usually would have done, and I have had more time. Like, I felt like I've had more time, and I felt like, I've been able to do more and get more done. So I think it's working. So that is the next one, is less screen time. Then after that is to move my body. Again, it's just something that makes you feel so good. Like, it does. It makes me feel really good. It gives me energy. It makes me happy. It has literally so many benefits of moving my body. So I want to do it more. And I just put move my body. I didn't put necessarily work out, because I think any movement is good. Any movement is progress. And I think movement that I want to prioritize is, I'm going to be working out, which I actually started a workout routine in January, and I have been maintaining it despite getting ill and despite having a pretty rough period. I have been maintaining it, which is quite nice. But by moving my body, I also mean things like going on walks. I mean going and playing badminton. I mean doing yoga every morning, which I do. And I just want to move my body. I just want to move it because it makes me feel good, and I want my body to be healthy and strong. So I know that will come from movement. So move my body. Next up in my 25 life is, I would like a new wardrobe. This is a very exciting one, but yes, I would like a new wardrobe. I feel a lot of my current clothes either don't fit or they don't speak to me anymore. They're not the stuff I really want to wear. They're not practical, whatever the reason is. And I want a new wardrobe. And how I'm trying to do this in a sustainable way is to basically buy a new piece of clothing every month. I've not yet bought the one for January. I think as soon as I finish recording this podcast, I will, though, because I'm so excited to get my first piece. But I'm going to try and do one piece of clothing a month, and slowly throughout the year build up my wardrobe to be a very functional wardrobe that also makes me feel good, and I feel good in everything that I'm wearing. And just is my new wardrobe that I'm very excited to get. Next rule is to do nice things for myself and for others. I truly believe one of the greatest feelings in the world is doing nice things for other people. I love doing things for other people, so I'm trying to make it a habit. I want to do nice things for people, and I did manage to do that this month. This month I organised my dad's study in our house because it was such a mess, and it wasn't a massive deep organised. It definitely still has work to be done, but I made a difference and I made a dent, and he was very happy about it. So yeah, I just want to do something nice for someone every single month, whatever it is, big or small. I just want to make this a habit because I think it's really nice, and I love giving back to the people in my life who have taken care of me and who have loved me and who I love. So yeah, that's just a habit that it just makes me really happy. And then the second part of that was doing something nice for myself. And actually this month I haven't done anything nice for myself, so maybe I'll have to do 2 in Feb. Also my birthday's in Feb, so there'll probably be more than 2 anyway. Yeah, do nice things for myself as well, because I want to take care of the people around me and also take care of myself because I deserve it. And your most important relationship, I believe, is your relationship with yourself. So of course I want to cherish that and build that and make it the best that it can be. Next rule is to read, and essentially I want to try and read every day. I'm already a reader. I love reading. I love books, but I do sometimes miss some days. Some days I don't read just because I'm busy or whatever it is, but I want to make an intention to actually read every day, and I'm trying to read 10 pages a day, and I'm trying to read a fiction book and a non-fiction book at the same time, because I find in the morning I love to just read 10 pages of a non-fiction book. I find it so motivating, and I love like learning, and I guess because my brain is like more fresh because I've just woken up, I take it in so well. Like it makes me feel amazing. Like it's like Superwoman after I've read those 10 pages. And then I like to read my fiction book in the evening before bed and really like get into it. And currently I am reading 2 books, and the non-fiction book is called The Sleep Book, which is about sleep, which I'm reading as research for a video that I want to do about sleep. And then the fiction book that I'm reading is Blue Sisters by Coco Malors, and this book is incredible. Like I think I'm 60 pages in, and it's something like 300 and something pages, so I'm not far in it, but it's incredible. It's one of those books that I'm so excited to pick up again, and putting it down I'm like, I don't want to stop, but it's so good so far. I'm obsessed. It's my first Coco Malors book. I know she's also written Frankenstein, or Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which I have not read, but it's on my list. And if it's anything like this book, Blue Sisters, I think I will be so up for it. So yeah, I'm really, really happy and excited with the books that I'm currently reading. And I also finished a book in January. So I finished To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf that I started in December because I got it for Christmas. Finished that, and then obviously started Blue Sisters and The Sleep Book. So yeah, I want to read every single day. So far it's been going well, and I'm just very happy with the books I'm reading. They're definitely books that are reminding me of my love for books and why I love reading. Next rule, and I'm realising as I list these off, there are so many rules, and I've also got some goals. So like, yeah, this year, 2025, I really wanted to kind of strip it back and not have so many goals, because I had quite a few for 2024 and I did not do most of them. So I wanted to strip it back to make it like more likely that I would do it and not be so hard on myself. But as we're going through, I'm like, there's actually so much that I have actually put on myself, but I feel like a lot of the stuff I do already, and it's just maintaining, and a lot of the stuff I find really nice, so I'm hoping it's okay. Like there's nothing particularly super grueling for me, aside from a few like little ambitions that I have. I don't think there's anything super grueling, so hopefully it'll be okay, even though the list is extensive. Next up, we have maintained my routines. As I said, some of the rules are just maintaining stuff, so I have a morning and a night routine, and I would like to maintain these because they are very helpful for me, and they make me feel really good. They make me feel organized. They set me up for over the day or for sleep, and I love them, quite frankly. So I would just like to make sure I keep doing them, which I'd be very surprised if I didn't. Something colossal would have to happen to make me stop doing them, essentially. Next up, I want to try and take a second of the day every day. I've already failed at this. I've been finding second of the day so hard. I've been finding that I don't want to take a second unless I have something that I deem worthy of a second, and there's been a few days in Jan where I have taken a second because like something's looked really nice, or like I've been with someone or whatever, like, or I've done something that I want to capture, but it's not been that many, and I don't know where I stand with this anymore. I don't know if I want to force myself to just do one every day. I don't know, because then will it just be a year of like random seconds? Is it better to just take a second when I actually want to capture the moment? Maybe, but then I'm worried there's just going to be no moments captured. I think my other problem is also in my head, if I'm like meeting up with a friend or something, I'm like, perfect, I'll be like, do you want to be my second of the day, and I'll record a second of her or like us together. But I always forget. So I've done stuff this month and I've not documented it the second of the day because I've just forgotten. So I need to definitely get better at that, if not doing it every day, at least making sure I then do it when there's something worthwhile, you know. So that's one that I'm still, I think, grappling with a little bit. Next up, we have socialising, and by this I just mean I want to socialise and prioritise socialising. I think this year, 2025, a key theme of the year for me that I want to make a key theme is community. I really want to develop community in terms of family, in terms of friends, and also socialising includes my boyfriend as well. But yeah, I really want to develop community. I want to start clubs. I want to go to theatre. I want to audition for things and just do things where, you know, you meet people and you make friends, essentially. And also I would like to socialise and cherish the relationships that I currently do have. So my family, my friends, and my boyfriend. And something that me and my boyfriend want to do is 2 dates a month to make sure that we are, you know, having quality time together, because we live together, and I find sometimes it gets to the point where it's like, are we just roommates now? Like I don't know. I feel like sometimes you need to bring back some more of that like dating energy, and I think dates really help with that. So we want to try and do 2 dates a month. In January we did a total of 0 dates, so really failed there. But you know, there was a lot going on in January. It was obviously the start of everything, start of the new year and everything. So I'm hoping February will be better. We also have Valentine's, so I'm hoping, you know, there'll be some good moments there. And then socialising with my friends. I have a film club with one of my friends. It's actually with me, my friend, and my boyfriend, and we meet up once a month to watch a movie. And we did do that in January, which was great. We watched Fight Club, and I want to maintain that. I have a friend who's local to where I live, and I want to meet up with her at least once a month, just to really, you know, maintain the relationship, because I really care about her, and sometimes we go for a long time not seeing each other, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to see her. And then the other thing is I want to meet up with my sisters once a month, because I have 3 sisters, so there's 4 of us, and we see each other. Like, me and my family actually do a meetup once a month, everyone, but I would love a sisters one as well, because I just feel like sisters, you can, you know, you can just have a gossip, like sit down, and it's just a nice time, and I love my sisters. So yeah, hopefully doing that. We did not do the one for January, but the one for Feb is actually on Sunday, so it's Friday right now, 2nd of Feb on Sunday, so that is happening. It's definitely happening for Feb. But yeah, that's socialising. I really want to push myself to socialise, essentially. I actually never been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I have social anxiety. And yeah, so I have social anxiety, so, you know, I get anxious around things that involve socialising, but I want to push myself, and, you know, even if this is making me anxious, you're going to do it anyway. You're going to socialise anyway. And I think that will be really good and really healthy for me, pushing me out of my comfort zone. So that's socialising. Okay, there's 2 more left. These rules are feeling so long now. Next one is to take more pictures. It kind of goes hand in hand with the second of the day, but I just want to capture more, because I feel like I don't actually take that many pictures and capture things because I want to be in the moment. But it is okay to, like, you know, take a picture and then go back to the moment. And it's so nice to have these pictures and these memories to look back on. And I feel like I kind of lost that. I feel like I left uni and then I never took pictures anymore. Whereas at uni, I would always take pictures. Any like night out, anything we were doing, anytime we were drinking, I'd be like, right, photo shoot now. I just don't do that anymore. So I would like to do that a little bit more. And then finally, the final rule of my 25 soft is to watch 2 movies a week. I've absolutely smashed this for January. I watched 2 movies every week. I watched a total of 10 movies because there must have been some weeks where I watched, you know, like 3. And when I say watching 2 movies a week, I mean 2 new movies. 2 movies that I've never seen before. And yeah, absolutely smashed this in January. Very happy with that. So that was my 25 life and all the rules of that I'm trying to maintain every month. But now moving on to my actual goals for the year. Yes, can you believe I have goals outside of like all those rules I'm trying to stick to? But I do feel like every goal that I've set and every rule that I've set is pretty cohesive. I feel like they all go together quite well. So yeah, but I'll let you be the judge of that. So my first goal is to make money from my company. So me and one of my best friends actually started a company, although we've not actually registered it yet. So it's actually a company. Technically not, but in our hearts it is. But this year in 2025, I really want to make some money from it because it's been an idea and it's been something we've been working on for literally, I think, since 2022. So for 3 years, and we've never made money because we weren't concentrating on that. We have like a podcast and we've made a short film and other stuff like that. We have a newsletter and stuff like that. It's never been, profit has never been what we've been concentrating on. But I want to start making money because we need money to finance our short films. So that's what I want to do. And this year I want to hopefully make some money from the company, obviously register the company, create a website, do loads and loads of exciting things with the company. And yeah, I have all the faith in this. Like, if I make any money in this year, I would have achieved it. And I feel like that's inevitable with the way I've set up my year, with the way I've set up my workflows and my goals. I feel like it'll be impossible for me not to achieve this. So yeah, I'm feeling very hopeful for this year in terms of side hustles, in terms of passion projects, and in terms of my little baby, which is my company. Next goal is to continue building my dream life through habits. So this kind of links to the 25 life rule of maintaining my routines. So that morning routine and that night routine were 2 habits that I implemented and developed and solidified into my brain, and they are now habits. And I just want to keep adding more habits because habits really is the way to go. Like, habits is how you achieve your goals. Because if you set a goal, break it down into, this is what I need to do in a year to achieve this goal. This is what I need to do in a month. This is what I need to do in a week. This is what I need to do in the day. So in this day, I need to do these habits, and therefore projected a year's time, this will be the end outcome. And I truly believe habits are the foundation for basically everything. So I want to continue setting new habits. So I have my morning and night routine. Just started doing the workout habit, which is going pretty well. I want to add in the habit of eating a certain number of calories every day because I'm trying to gain weight. I want to add the habit of drinking a certain amount of water every day. I want to add the habit of doing a 13-minute yoga flow once a week. I want to add the habit of going on a walk every day. I want to add the habit of going on a longer walk every weekend. Like, there's so many possible habits that I could add, and I'm so excited for them. I just love habits, and yeah, I'm just excited to implement some in my life because I truly do believe that is how you get to where you want to be, and that is how you live your dream life. Next goal is to make one new friend. As I said, this year I do want to concentrate on community, and I feel like I may have nearly already done this goal literally in December, so before the year even started, because I went out for my friend's birthday meal and she invited a friend that she has that I don't know. We like talked the whole time and she was great, and I feel like we hit it off. And then I followed her on Instagram, and now I'm like, I need to message her and we need to meet up. And if all goes well, I've made a new friend, so that's really nice. And if I do make this friend, maybe I need to up it and try and make a few more. But yeah, I think as I said, community is definitely a big theme for my year, I think, and I cherish my friendships so much. I do have friends, I do have good friends. I have a handful of good friends who I feel like we have very deep relationships and meaningful relationships and very deep connections, and I would like to add some more, but I don't need millions of friends, because I think I definitely favor quality over quantity. I love the deep connections where, you know, I tell you everything and we can talk about anything. But yeah, hopefully I will have at least one new friend. Next goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, the platform you're currently watching this on. The subscribe button's down there if you'd like to help me. Yeah, that's just a goal. I'm hoping that it will be possible and that I will reach it this year, but we will see what happens, and we'll see how the year goes and what it brings with it. And then along the same veins, my next goal is to grow on social media. So the social medias that I'm currently doing are TikTok, Instagram, and actually Pinterest. Just started Pinterest because I love Pinterest, so I'm like, why not post some of my own pictures on there, because everyone's saying that Pinterest is like the place to be. So also doing Pinterest, and I will link them all down below if you are interested. And then my final 2025 goal is to save £12,000. Kind of cheating because I already have 6,000, so essentially it's to save 6,000. If I do more, that'll be amazing, but this is just kind of my goal, because essentially I have a 3-year saving plan that I've kind of decided with my boyfriend, and it's in regards to us being able to get a house. I'm also thinking about holidays that we potentially want to go on in the future, and then I'm also thinking about a wedding, because I want to get married and I want to have a big, probably expensive wedding. So that's just something that I think I need to consider, and I am trying to grab a hold of my finances, take it seriously, and set myself up for the future and make good decisions. So this is why I've come up with this 12k number for the year. So those are my goals, and now I just wanted to review January and how it's gone, to be honest. My start was a bit rocky, so I had a little mental health dip at the beginning of the month, and I just felt so low, like really low, like the lowest I've felt in a long time. And I feel like the reason was kind of a quarter life crisis a little bit, because I am turning 25 and I do definitely have a lot of like mixed up feelings about this and a lot of fear, which I do want to go into in a different podcast episode about that. But yeah, so I had a little dip and it lasted about a week, I would say. So it didn't last too long, but it is something, you know, happened in the month. It affected me. It affected what I was able to do and achieve in the month. So I did think, I thought that I'd mention it, but I'm glad it happened like at the start, because I feel like it happened and obviously I got through it and it was fine. But because it happened, I've kind of now developed some tools on how to deal with it if it happens again, and kind of be like, this has happened, you've been here before, like this sucks, but we've been here before and it will end and we'll be out the other side because we've been out the other side before. So yeah, that's one positive from it, but obviously it was not a positive experience and I would have preferred it not to happen, but it did. It's just you know, it's life essentially. Next, in reviewing January, I started working more hours at my job. So I started doing 30 hours a week when I was previously doing 22.5, and because of this I got into a new routine of kind of going to bed at this time, getting up, going to work, coming home, doing stuff, evening routine, and then doing it all over again the next day. And the routine has gone really well and I'm really into it, and the job I think is going really well. I really enjoy it. I enjoy it. I have a good time. I like the people. I like it there. I like what I'm doing. So overall, that is really positive and really, really nice. And that's something that is new to this year that started. I'm working 30 hours and to be honest, loving it, which is really nice. Also in Jan, I went to London to see my friend in a play. I went with my boyfriend. It was actually his first play that he's ever seen, so that was fun. And that was so nice. It was so nice to take a little trip to see her act and then to see her afterwards. So nice to see her catch up. The play was great, and it's also kind of pushed me and encouraged me to like get involved in drama again, because I do love drama and I love acting, and I just haven't done it in years. I actually have a drama university degree that I'm not using, so yeah, I would like to get back into it, and I think seeing this play has definitely spurred me on a little bit. Next, I did a few things that I had this checklist of things that I want to do in the month on top of the rules of the 25 soft, and those things are deep clean one room of this house, organise one room of this house, and have a meeting about my company. And I did all those things. I deep cleaned our spare room with my boyfriend, and I organised our bathroom with my mum, so that all went to plan. And then I had my little company catch up with my business partner, which went very well. It was just the start of the year catch up, and I'm looking forward to February's one, which I'm sure will happen, and I'm sure I'll keep this up of at least having a catch up once a month. I think that will definitely happen every single month this year. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't. And then as part of the review, there were also some things that I didn't get to do that were kind of in my monthly checklist. This was message an old friend. I wanted to reach out to some old friends because there are a few friends that we haven't spoken to each other in years, and I just wanted to reach out and be like, how you doing? Didn't do that, so that just means in Feb I'm gonna do 2 people, I think, to make up for the lack in January. I also did not go play badminton, so I wanted to play badminton as part of the moving my body in the 25 life, but I did not. But that's okay, it's okay, you know, I got ill, it's okay that I didn't do badminton. And as I said earlier, did not do the sister meetup, and I did not have any dates with my boyfriend. And I also did not interview a family member, because what I'm trying to do this year is interview one of my siblings or parents every month, do one interview a month. And the reason I'd like to interview them, I'm going to record these interviews, is as material, because I want to write something using the interviews as the source material. So that's why I want to do these interviews. Did not do one this month, but that's okay. I think I'll just try and do 2 in February and just try and definitely get that done. And then just looking forward to Feb, there's so much to look forward to. Like, I am so excited. It's obviously my birthday. I'm going to be turning 25. I am having a like pink party sleepover for my birthday with my friends. I'm going out for a meal with my family, and I'm very excited for both those things. I think they're going to be so fun. The pink like sleepover thing, I've ordered loads of pink stuff for it. I've got loads of decorations, and I'm just so excited. I think it's going to be a very, very nice night. Then of course, because it's February, there's going to be Valentine's, which is very exciting, and then also Galentine's. I did a Galentine's little thing last year for me and my sisters and my niece, and I would love to do one again because it was really, really fun. And then finally for February, something that I'm going to be bringing in is I'm going to start writing a book. I have written parts of books before in the past, but I'm starting a new project, and the aim is to write it all by the end of this year. And I think I'm aiming for 30,000 words. I've kind of worked out how many words I'll then have to write a week if I start in Feb. And yeah, that's starting in Feb, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to write this. It's a new concept and story that I've come up with, a sci-fi about patriarchy essentially, but I need to figure out all the details. I pretty much have nothing. I have a single idea and that's it. So that is something I'm going to be starting writing most days, and I'm so excited because I love writing, I love being creative, and I'll be able to get some words out, and then hopefully by the end of the year I'm going to have a full manuscript, which will be absolutely crazy. So check back in with me in 2026 and we'll see how the book came along and how the story developed, what it became, because I don't actually know yet what it will be and what it will become. So that was my 2025 goals, my 25 life rules, me reviewing January, how it went, what happened, and looking ahead into Feb. And that was my first ever podcast episode, and I'm so excited for this podcast to continue. I'm so excited to discuss different things that have been going through my head and that I'm interested in. And if you listen to the whole thing, thank you very much. I'm very much looking forward to looking back on these and seeing what did 24-year-old me dream about in January of 2025. What was she thinking about? What was running through her head? And what were her goals and aspirations for 2025? But that is it for my first ever podcast episode. I will see you in my next one. Bye.